Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Nikita Singhal. In this presentation, I'm going to discuss about organoaluminium compounds. So, the presentation will cover its introduction, different preparation method, and the chemical reaction of organoaluminium compound to synthesize the different products. As we all know, the compounds which contain the carbon metal bonds are known as organometallic compounds. Here we are using the organoaluminium. So aluminium forms bond with the carbon and those compounds are known as organoaluminium compounds. The organoaluminium compounds can be trialkyl aluminium compounds, dialkyl aluminium hydride compounds, or they can be vinyl alane compounds. Usually, they are very high active catalyst for polymerization of olefins. So, they are used as Ziegler-Natta catalyst and help to polymerize the olefin molecules. Organoaluminium compounds behaves as a nucleophile and weak base. Though, due to the aluminium acidic nature, Lewis acidic nature, they behave as Lewis acid. Because aluminum has weakened p orbital and it tries to complete its octet, so usually these compounds exist in form of oligomers. They can be different dimer, trimer, and so on. As we can see in the figure of trimethyl aluminium, methyl group is present between the two aluminium. So here the bridging occurs. The black dot is showing the carbon, white are for hydrogen, and the pink is showing the aluminium. So we can say here the bridging occurs and trimethyl aluminium is forming a dimer. Similarly, if any hydride is present instead of all alkyl group, then the hydrogen will comes in the bridge. If alkyl groups is increasing their size from the methyl to the butyl group and so on, then the tendency of bridging decreases as the size will increase. Now coming to the preparation of organoaluminium compound, we can prepare these compound by different method. Like we can use the alkyl halide to synthesize the organoaluminium compound. This by the using the alkyl halide method, we use the aluminium powder with the alkyl halide, and this process uses a two-step. In the first step, aluminium powder reacts with the alkyl halide, or we can say chloroethane, and this will form the alkyl aluminium sesquichloride. Sesquichloride, that means where the chlorine to the aluminium ratio is almost 3:2, that means 1.5. So it is known as sesquichloride. In the next step, this sesquichloride is reduced in presence of sodium metal, so it forms the trialkyl aluminium, which is present in form of dimer. So we can say this is a dimer and it is in equilibrium state with the R3Al, where R is ethyl group. So we can say it is a dimer. By the alkyl halide, we can use the aluminium powder, and in the second step we can use the reductant, and we can form the organoaluminium compound. In the next process, we can use the transmetallation, where the different metal can be used to prepare the organoaluminium compound, and there can be the metal can exchange the alkyl group, or we can use the metathesis reaction, where the two different metals or two different moieties will exchange their counter ions. So here we can see butyl lithium can react with the aluminium chloride. So lithium will take the chloride and lithium chloride will be eliminated. Our major product tributyl aluminium will formed as a organoaluminium compound. Similarly, alkyl magnesium halide, that is Grignard reagent, can also react with the aluminium chloride. By the metathesis reaction, they can form the trialkyl aluminium, and magnesium halide will release as a side product. In the transmetallation, diphenyl mercury can be used with the aluminium powder, so it will provide its phenyl to the aluminium and it will form the triphenyl aluminium, and mercury metal is replaced. So by using the different metals, we can form the organoaluminium compounds. Now coming to the hydroalumination reaction. In the hydroalumination reaction, test the addition of hydrogen as well as aluminium to the olefins. So we can say here we are using any terminal alkene in presence of aluminium and hydrogen at lower temperature and high pressure. This olefin will convert into dialkyl aluminium hydride that can be reacted further with the more olefin, and this will convert into the trialkyl aluminium. In simpler manner, we can say the reaction goes, hydroalumination goes similar to the hydroboration reaction as dialkyl aluminium hydride, where the aluminium has a positive charge and hydrogen has a hydride, so it has a negative charge. When it reacts with the alkene, it acts in form of the Markovnik of addition rule. So what happens, the positive part goes where the hydrogen are the high in number, and negative part will goes where the less number of hydrogens are present. So here we can say this aluminium will goes to this carbon and this hydrogen will goes to this carbon. Here we can say we will find the cyclic transition state as 4-member cyclic transition state will form, and it will convert into trialkyl alkanes. Now the order of reactivity for the alkenes for the hydroalumination is that less hindered alkenes are preferred in hydroalumination reaction. So simpler ethene gives the high reactivity and than the monosubstituted olefins. If the disubstituted olefins are present, then they are less reactive in compared to the monosubstituted alkene, and so on. Here we can take the example. There in this compound there are two type of double bond is present. One is this and other is this. In this case, the olefin is tri-substituted. Here this hydrogen, other all groups are R group is present. But in case of this bond, at one carbon is substituted by two alkyl groups, but one carbon is not substituted. So this bond will be more reactive in compared to this double bond. So the reaction will take place at the less substituted double bond, and we'll get the trialkyl alkanes. Now hydroalumination also goes with the alkynes similar fashion to the alkenes. When alkyls are treated with the dialkyl aluminium hydride, then they forms the vinyl alanes. Here we can say this is also added in a syn fashion. It will provide the hydrogen to this carbon, and this dialkyl aluminium will add to this carbon. So they both are attached in form of syn addition. If unsymmetrical alkynes are present, then aluminium will goes to that carbon which is less hindered. And if, like we can see in this alkyne, it is substituted at both carbon, but here tertiary butyl group is present which is bulkier. So incoming aluminium group will goes to here and hydrogen will be supplied to this group. Like here we got the product. If silicon is present in alkynes, then the aluminium will add to that carbon where the silicon is already present. So here we can see in this alkyne, one position is occupied with tertiary butyl group, other position is occupied with the trimethyl silyl group. So the dibutyl aluminium will attach on this carbon and hydrogen will goes to this carbon. So by these processes we can synthesize different organoaluminium complexes. Now coming to the carboalumination reaction. In hydroalumination we were adding the hydrogen and aluminium, but in carboalumination reaction we'll add the carbon group instead of hydrogen. So here instead of dialkyl aluminium hydride we use the trialkyl aluminium complexes. So they react with the alkyne and it will supply this R group to one carbon, and dialkyl aluminium will goes to the other carbon, and they both are added in a similar fashion like dialkyl aluminium hydride goes on. So that means the both incoming groups will goes in a syn addition manner, and we'll get the vinyl alanes or alkylyl dialkyl alanes. Now if in a single compound there is a double bond and triple bond, both are present, then the alkyl aluminium hydride will react preferably on alkynes in compared to the alkenes. Here we can see the example. in this compound there is a double bond and here is a triple bond. So if we are treating this compound with isobutyl aluminum hydride, then the diol will goes to the triple bond, and as this will provides the hydrogen will goes to the more substituted carbon and aluminum will goes to the less substituted carbon. So here we'll get this organoaluminum compound. Now coming to the dienes, if dialkyl aluminum hydrides react with the 1,5-dienes or 1,6-dienes, they can form the cyclo compounds. Like here we have taken the hexa 1,5-diene. So when dialkyl aluminum hydrides react with this compound, then what will happen? It will react on with the one double bond. So by the cyclic transition state, we will get this type of organoaluminum compound. Because of presence of one more double bond in this compound, here the intramolecular reaction will take place. So this aluminium behaves as a trialkyl aluminium, and here is a double bond. So what will happen? This aluminium will goes to this, here in this reaction aluminium will goes to the terminal carbon, and this bond will forms with this carbon. So here new carbon-carbon bond formation takes place. So hydroalumination takes place, followed by the carboalumination reaction. Then we'll get the carbocyclic moiety, where due to the intramolecular reaction we'll get the 5-membered ring. Now this complex, this organoaluminum complex, can be treated in two manner. If it is hydrolyzed, then aluminum compounds trialkyl aluminium on hydrolysis provides the alkene. So simply this bond will break, dimethyl aluminum hydroxide will eliminate it, and here we will get the methyl cyclopentane. If we are treating this molecule with the halogenation, then they will give the halogen in place of dialkyl aluminium by the nucleophilic substitution reaction. Now coming to the protonolysis, trialkyl aluminium can be hydrolyzed in presence of acidic media, or they can directly react with the mineral acid. They provide the alkane, and the aluminum hydroxide or aluminum chloride will be eliminated. If we react this olefin molecule with the dialkyl aluminum hydride, as we know that will react with the double bond and will get the trialkyl allenes, and that can be hydrolyzed in presence of mineral acid. So what will happen? They will break this bond and aluminum hydroxide will eliminate it. We'll get the 2,2-dimethyl butane as a major product. Similarly, if we treat the alkyne with the dialkyl aluminum hydride, then we'll get the vinyl allenes, and they can be further hydrolyzed to provide the alkenes. So simply in presence of water or in presence of HCl, what will happen? This bond will break and simply H will come. So alkenes can be converted into alkanes, and alkynes can be converted into alkenes by the aluminum hydride followed by the hydrolysis. Organoaluminum compound also gives a nucleophilic addition reaction with carbonyl compounds. Here we can see that they react in similar fashion like organolithium and organomagnesium compound goes on. But there are some points which we will consider later. Here the trialkyl aluminium reacts with the carbonyl compound, so it will give the nucleophilic addition reaction, as R is negative here and aluminium is positive, as in form of organometallic compounds due to the aluminium's electropositive nature. So R will goes to the methyl will attack on this electrophilic carbon of the carbonyl, and oxygen will have the aluminium because of the Lewis acidic nature of aluminium metal also. So this adduct will be hydrolyzed and it will gives the alcohol. This reaction goes on with aldehydes, but only when the alkyl group is lower, like methyl or ethyl. If the bulkier alkyl group is present, then the side reaction will goes on. That means reduction is preferred over the nucleophilic addition reaction. Here we can see the acetophenone is treated with the trimethyl aluminium followed by the hydrolysis. So the nucleophilic addition reaction will take place and we'll get the alcohol in this manner. But if we are treating this acetophenone with the tributyl aluminium hydride, then the reduction will proceed and we'll get the benzyl alcohol. So how this reaction will goes on, we can see the mechanism. Here this aluminium is attached with the triisobutyl group, and this is attacking on the acetophenone. So acetophenone. So here we have missed this CH3 or benzaldehyde that can react. So what will happen? This oxygen will form the bond with the aluminium, and this will release the isobutene molecule. This hydrogen will transfer to this alcohol. So on benzaldehyde, this will gives this PHCH2OH. Now coming to the vinylalines. Vinylalines can react with the organolithium compounds, and they can form the alanates, where the organolithium compounds will react with the aluminium and will gives the negative charge to the aluminium. Now these complexes are more reactive towards the nucleophilic addition reaction in compared to the vinyl moieties. Though the vinyl allenes as a lithium alkyl dialkenates both can react with the different type of aldehyde. Here we can take the vinyl allenes with the cyclohexyl aldehyde, or we can treat with this benzaldehyde or with the acetone. So what will happen? They will all give the nucleophilic addition reaction. Then this carbonyl compound will convert into the alcohol and will get this group as it is, and this stereochemistry of the vinyl allenes will remain as a similar manner. Here we are having hydrogen in transposition, so in all products these hydrogen will remain as a transposition, and the other moiety, whatever the carbonyl group is coming, that will add on this on the place of this aluminium compound, and will get the alcohols on the hydrolysis. But these reaction is active with different type of aldehyde and ketone. We cannot react the vinyl alkanes with directly formaldehyde, so we need the lithium dialkenyl alanate to react with the formaldehyde. Here we can see we are treating this terminal alkyne with trialkyl aluminium in presence of zirconocene chloride, which is acting as a catalyst simply, and they will give the vinyl allenes. These vinyl allenes are further treated with the organolithium, so they will provide the alanate species. These alanates are reactive towards the formaldehyde, and they will provide the primary alcohol, or we can say this is a allylic alcohol. These alanates are also useful to form the new carbon-carbon bond by the nucleophilic substitution reaction. So here we have taken the vinyl allenes which are treated with the organolithium, then they will give this alanate species which is treated with the alkyl iodide. Then they will attack here, this will attack on this aluminium, this aluminium will attack on this R group, and iodide will replace with the aluminium moiety. So here we'll get the new carbon-carbon bond formation, and higher alkenes can be formed by this method. Now these alanates can be further treated in a different manner. Here we have taken the different example. These alanate can react with the carbon dioxide, and followed by the hydrolysis they will provide the alpha beta unsaturated acids. If they are treated with carbonyl compound where the ester moieties are also present, then they are reactive selectively towards the aldehyde, and they will give the nucleophilic addition reaction on aldehyde instead of ester molecule. So they will add on the further hydrolysis, they will provide here the alcohol. So we will get the 2-degree alcohol. Because of the presence of acidic hydrolysis condition, this OH will attack on the ester molecule in an intramolecular fashion. So intramolecular cyclization will takes place. This lone pair of oxygen will attack on the carbonyl carbon, and this will takes bond, and then again this oxygen will forms a double bond, then the ethoxide ion will release, and will get the lactone as a major product, and the stereochemistry of olefin will remain as a similar fashion. Now coming to the hydrocyanation reaction, this is a very important reaction for the organoaluminum compounds. By this reaction, we can use the hydrogen cyanide with the trialkyl aluminium, or dialkyl aluminium cyanides can be used with the alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compounds. So they will provide the beta cyanoketones, and by this we can add the cyanide groups in the carbonyl compounds. This reaction is regioselective as well as chemoselective. That means they are specifically added on the beta position with respect to the carbonyl compound. Like we can see in this example, this is alpha beta unsaturated compound. When the dialkyl aluminium cyanide will attack on this compound, then what will happen, the cyanide is a negative charge, so that will attack here, this bond will move here, and this O negative will come, which will add with the aluminium, diethyl aluminium. On the hydrolysis, this will convert into enolic species, which will further convert into the keto species by the ketoenol tautomerism. So we will get the beta cyanoketones here. If the other groups are present in the molecule with the alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compounds, then the hydrocyanation will occur only with respect to the carbonyl compounds. That means only we'll get the beta cyanoester. It does not affect either the ester, amide or chlorine groups are present in the molecule. So this reaction is tolerant to the other functional groups, and it can add the cyanide to the different carbonyl compounds. So organoaluminum compounds are quite useful in organic synthesis, where they can use to form the different bond, and aluminum is the cheapest metal which is present almost in 8% amount in the earth crust. So we can use it to and compare to the other metals, and it provides it is very well known catalyst for the polymerization of olefin and used widely in industries. Thank you.